Hello, and welcome to the first edition of Hogs and Heroes Mission Report. I'm your host, Malinsky, and over here to my right is my lovely co-host, Lullaby. Hey, Lullaby.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to our very first edition of our podcast. We will be bringing you an outline of events that we have done over the past year and some upcoming events as well.
Absolutely. Our primary goal with this show is going to be using it as a vessel to get the word out about what Hogs and Heroes has been up to. And this is also good for the general public, but also good for the general chapters as well amongst the foundation. Because while we're going to start out kind of small and work primarily in the Delmarva area with the chapters from there, we want to also be able to bring in the other chapters. And we're going to have lots of ways to be able to do that too.
Yeah, we will be able to take incoming phone calls, and we also are set up to do some Skype, and our mobile podcast allows us to do mission reports in the field. How exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be able to take our bag of goodies with us during missions and do interviews with people that are holding the events and be able to just elaborate them and then bring it home to you for those of you who can't show up in person. So I'm really excited. I think one of the things we just want to kind of go, I guess it's sort of like the disclaimer process, is that this is our first episode, so it's like the pilot episode. We're not sure exactly how long we want the show to be. We're going to kind of work that out as we go. We're going to be, maybe taking some things out of the show afterwards or adding some things in, and we're also going to want to hear your feedback as well. So you're going to be more than welcome to be able to let us know what you would like to see in the show, or maybe even what you don't want to see in the show.
Yeah, we'll be providing an email at the end of the show to accompany the podcast to get some feedback from you guys. So let us know what you think.
Absolutely. This is a work in progress, but at least we're getting it off the ground now. So I would say let's start the show off first for some of those who may not know a lot about Hogs and Heroes. And let's kind of get a description of what Hogs and Heroes is all about. And we have that right off of the Hogs and Heroes national website. Lullaby, would you mind giving us a read on that?
Sure can. The Foundation is a community of motorcycle riders that support public safety, the U.S. military, wounded warriors. We sponsor and hold fundraising events for various public safety, U.S. military, and wounded warrior charities. We perform honor missions for fallen police officers, firefighters, emergency medical workers, members of the military killed in combat operations, and U.S. military veterans. We plan and participate in fun rides and events. We also participate in fundraisers, fun rides, and events of other charitable organizations. We strive to set an example of good citizenship for the youth of our nation.
And there you have it.
All good stuff.
Yeah, and one of the things, too, we're actually going to be focusing on in our studio here, our podcasting studio, is we're going to be working on getting a teleprompter, so we won't have to make sure we're reading from paper notes. We like technology here. So
yes, feel like an old school newscasting. Yes.
This just in. Okay, so let's get right to it. One of the things we want to be able to cover is past events. So we figured that in between our shows, what we're going to wind up doing is like let's say between this show and the next one, we would cover what has happened in between. So since it's our first show, we'll just cover a couple of the more recent events that Hogs and Heroes has got to participate in. And starting off with that would be during National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, Hogs and Heroes was able to support an event for the Maryland chapter of Concerns of Police Survivors, also known as C.O.P.S. C.O.P.S is a statewide nonprofit organization providing programs and services for the survivors of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty. So it's a really worthwhile event, and we managed to be able to be there and just had a great time. Tell us a little bit about there.
We held it at the Green Turtle. Well, it was held by the Green Turtle, 116th Ocean City.
116th Street, North Ocean City.
North
Great
Ocean
place.
City.
Great
yes.
place.
Hitman from WJKI, the Vault, our rock station, classic rock. We enjoyed some fellowship with the C.O.P.S members, local police, fire, EMS were there. Hogs and Heroes, we were represented very well that night. We had us from MD8, we also had MD6, and Delaware 3 who made it into the event. And we had great food. They provided some good entertainment.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a lot of fun.
Some
Raffles,
prizes and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good time for everybody.
Yeah. And you know what? It was really good is that getting together with the other chapters to be able to support an event, catch up on things, hang out with them. And that's something that we want to really focus on more this year. It's kind of like a focus from National as well. And it's absolutely a worthy cause. So I look forward to seeing the other chapters, all of us be able to get together and mesh and really enjoy what we do and and moving forward with the mission. So,
and another reason for us to do this podcast, we want to try and bring all the chapters together and use this as a tool to keep everybody up to date in fun ways and good things that are happening in our communities.
Yeah, so whether you're from New York or all the way down in North Carolina amongst the Hogs and Heroes family, we want to be able to make arrangements for you to be able to call in, tell us about events that you have going on, and even report on events that you've previously attended. And like I say, or like Lullaby had mentioned earlier, we're going to be able to do that through Skype and through phone patching in and such. So lots to look forward to. But back to the Maryland C.O.P.S. I just want to say first off that it was extremely moving to be able to get a chance to speak to some of the family members as survivors of these law enforcement officers that were killed in the line of duty. And I also think too that the Green Turtle, as always, had put on a really great event. They treat the law enforcement, the military, and us to assist us with our mission so well.
Yeah, they've accommodated us with several events and always accommodating our local community with the fire, police, EMS, and so forth. Very great place, a lot of fun, and they always 100% put their best foot forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we'll move on now to another event that we got to participate in not too long ago, and that was we were invited to attend a packing party for Operation We Care, and that was also a great opportunity as well. And so basically the packing party is packaging,
Yeah, we put together boxes with some comfort items for our troops overseas, and it was hosted by Jeff Merritt. He's a big head runner in the Operation We Care, and they had Rise the Tide was by Sherwood, and they collected many donations from our community, and we got the opportunity to put those together in some boxes and send them out.
Yeah, the community really came together for this. There was so many items to put into the boxes. And all of that goes to our troops that are serving abroad. So and
not only did we pack boxes, but we sorted and put all of those thousands and thousands of items, organized them for the following packing parties to come in the future.
Yeah, and MD8's new blogger, Janice Dragonfly Hudson, was able to get a moment to get a few words from the Operations We Care founder, Jeff Merritt. So we'll put you over here to Janice right now.
Hi everyone, I'm here today with Jeff Merritt. He is the founder of Operation We Care. Hi Jeff, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what Operation We Care is.
Well, we started we're in our 11th year, so we started very small, packing care packages for the troops deployed overseas, and we continue to do that. We also support the military, the veteran families here at home. We support our law enforcement agencies and fire departments with various things, so we kind of spread out a little bit as we grew.
Good.
So yeah.
Today we're at Sherwood Ford, and tell us about this event.
This is an event we hold every year specifically for the volunteers that work at our big events who never have a chance to pack a care package because they're always working for the entire time. So we want to have this and say thank you, and we appreciate all their efforts, because without them we couldn't do what we do.
That's great, and it's great for all of us to get together.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of fellowship going on, and story sharing and stuff like that. So it's really cool. We enjoy it.
Wonderful. And tell us a little bit about some events coming up.
Let's see. We've got the Buffalo Wild Wings event on March 7th. It's good all day long. March 7th in the Salisbury and Rehoboth locations, and 20% of your check from your meal purchase will go back to Operation We Care. It's an event we do once a year. Okay. So that helps us out. Let's see, the June 23rd is going to be the Miles for Military event that Froggy 99 does. We ride from Seaford Harley-Davidson, Rommel location there, up to Dover Air Force Base, and another fundraiser we do every year, and thanks to Froggy. So,
great.
Yeah.
Well, Operation We Care is an exceptional organization, and we love to be a part of it, and we thank you for all that you do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
helping us.
Well, it was really great to be able to hear about the mission of Operation We Care directly from the founder, Jeff Merritt. And Janice was able to also catch up with Joe Bowman, who's the president of Maryland Chapter 8. So we'll put you right back to her. So take it away, Janice.
Hi everyone, we're back today with, I found Joe from Hogs and Heroes MD8, which I'm also a part of. How
Absolutely.
Are you doing, Joe?
Good, thank you.
Let's talk about today, what we're doing here today.
Today was a wonderful opportunity to come together with all the community members to be able to pack boxes for our veterans for Operation We Care. Today was an invite for some of the folks behind the scenes. It was nice to see those people, and for all of us to be able to pack a box or two for the veterans. One going, a whole set going to Korea, and the other one going overseas as well. And we got to meet the family members for one of the members
Right.
that the boxes are being packed for. So
And
it was an honor.
it was nice to recognize the people that are behind the scenes, because
Absolutely.
most of the time no one knows that they do anything.
Absolutely.
Or what they do.
The quality and things like that, trying to get the boxes packed correctly. And there's a trailer out back with a lot of the things from the Rising Tide. Operation We Care had a fundraiser for Rising Tide, and that was able to get quite a bit of the items, a lot of the items for today's packing party. So it was an honor to be invited, and it was a great tribute to our veterans, and we're always happy to do it.
And on the other end, I also was told that I wasn't sure if these soldiers really appreciate getting these boxes, because I thought maybe they get tons of them, but apparently they don't. And they love to get stuff like this. And I just felt so good packing these boxes, actually physically packing the boxes ourselves. And it's so nice to know that you're part of something that's going to help our servicemen.
Absolutely. And one of the things I noticed this time is that they actually put a flyer from Operation We Care and their
Yeah.
mission and what they're about. When they started this years ago, they used to just have Operation We Care on the outside of the box, but now they're actually putting materials inside
Explaining
and
it.
explaining. And we'll hear probably back in a month or so or 6 weeks from some of these service members, because
Yep.
they'll post it out and say, we got the boxes, and it's such a tribute for them
That's
as well.
nice. That's
So-
nice. Thank you, Joe,
But
for being with
absolutely.
us today.
So thank you.
It's been
Appreciate
really
it.
nice talking to you, and thank you.
It's always fun to be able to take Joe and put him on the spot and throw him in front of a camera, and you did a great job, Janice. So once again, thanks for awesome work. By the way, keep an eye out for her blogs on the Hogs and Heroes MD8.com website. She's our official blogger, and she'll be able to write some of her personal experiences from attending these missions and such, and has currently put out a couple of good ones already. So what's coming up here next now on our show, Lullaby?
The next segment of our show is our meetup segment, where we give an outline of our events coming up in the near future.
Yes, absolutely. Meetup is very important for Hogs and Heroes. It's our way to be able to see what each other chapter is doing, and all of our members to be able to look and see what's available to them in their area, and also a primary tool of communication. So it is important for all members to make sure that they are registered on Meetup, and to be able to utilize Meetup to help us keep ourselves organized. And there's a lot of even safety features about Meetup. For example, when you mark yourself on as attending and you don't show up, that at least lets us know to check in on you, because we don't know, maybe you might have gotten hurt along the way, or had a problem on the way to the meetup. So once again, it's important to check Meetup. It's important to flag and let us know that you're going to be there, so we can prepare. But if you can't make an event, and especially if you've marked yourself as there, it's important to get on there and remove yourself from that event as well.
And even if you're running late, Meetup has tools of communication where you can send a quick message through Meetup to let your road captain know, like, hey, I'm running behind.
Yep, absolutely.
Don't leave without me.
Yep, so meetup. So
Yes, meetup.
back to that segment here. This is going to let us know of what's coming up here for some of our chapters.
Back to our old school style with the paper. All right, everybody. We've got Maryland 3 Wing Night. That's going to be March 8th, 5:30 to 7:30 at Port Deposit at the Veterans of Foreign War Post 8185, Route 222, Port Deposit.
That's gonna. I've never had a chance to attend this, but I've heard that their wing nights are amazing. They have them on a very regular basis, and it seems to be something that's fairly successful.
Yes,
and,
a lot of good feedback on
yeah.
their wing nights. They're
And
really great.
you know how much I love wings. So.
I know.
It's
And
getting
then
the sauce out of the beard is the trouble, though. So
we have Saturday, Delaware 1. Show your support for the POW/MIA. Flag it across America. It's going to be meeting at Royal Farms, Delaware South on 30983 Sussex Highway in Laurel, Delaware. That's going to be at, well, isn't it 7:30 in the morning?
no, actually, I think what they're going to be doing here, this is probably my fault for writing this down wrong, but so basically this event, let's see here, they're going to be, well, where do we put that in there? There's no time on that one.
Yeah.
So you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to check
Go
out
to
Meetup.
Meetup. Yeah, look at that. We're going to make you use your tools.
That's right.
Absolutely. And then, of course, Delaware 1 again, March 10th. They're going to be supporting the Milford Veterans Home, and that's going to be 100 Delaware Veterans Boulevard in Milford, Delaware. They're going to meet in front of the building. That's going to be, let me see.
Now, the home is also requesting, by the way, for those attending, it's going to be personal hygiene products, books, game books, and stuff. So if you plan on attending this ride with Delaware 1, A, flag it on Meetup that you're going to be there, but B, see if you can bring some of these items to help out some of the residents.
Yeah, because the residents there, they really, really enjoy getting visitors and items that they need for entertainment and personal care. It's just a comfort for them.
Yeah, and this is going to be once again at 10 a.m. But they're also, from what I understand here, is they're going to have a social bite to eat before they go to this veterans home. So
it's going to be at the Stargate Diner in Seaford, Delaware, and their kickstand's up 7:30.
yeah, they're going to be meeting at 7 and kickstands up to the diner at 7:30, and it's a great chance for you to be able to just kick back and have a great breakfast with some wonderful people and be able to then ride together for a worthwhile cause. And from there, they'll head on over to the veterans home and meet up with anybody else who might not have been able to make it for the breakfast. So.
And also, that same Saturday, Maryland Chapter 8, we're going to be visiting some senior veterans as well at Genesis in Salisbury. And we're going to meet there at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And no need to bring anything personal but yourselves. And we're going to be presenting our veterans there with some of our American flag blankets. And I must say, what an amazing, amazing thing to witness the reactions that we get some days when we go in.
Yeah,
with these blankets.
I'll share a personal story here. Not too long ago, I was in Coastal Hospice, and we had donated as Maryland 8 a bunch of American flag blankets. And so they have a chaplain there named Dave Ducher. And Dave is a veteran, and he makes sure he goes around to present these flags and a certificate to veterans who are in Coastal Hospice at that time. And he stopped me in the hallway, and he said, hey, would you like to come with me and as we present this particular blanket, we're about ready to do this, and you can see how we do it and what we do. And of course, that was a great honor, so I was more than happy to attend. We went into this gentleman's room. He was alert. He had just finished a meal. His family was all around him. And obviously, it's a somber time. It's never, anything but when you're in hospice, unfortunately. But we got speaking to him, and he really perked up when we asked him about his service. And we found out that he was a World War II veteran that worked on a minesweeper ship in the Pacific. And not only that, but we found he was the commander of that ship. And to hear some of his stories was phenomenal. Like just
very impressive.
Yeah, he was talking about how after the war that they actually had the Japanese sweeping for mines. So they basically supervised the Japanese while the Japanese were cleaning up their own mines that they had planted. But anyway, Dave had provided this certificate, and the whole family was just quite moved by this. And then we handed him or Dave, I should say, handed him the American flag blanket, and his eyes just lit up. And it was just really touching to see how he wanted that blanket opened up and put over him at the time. And, at such a time of their lives when there's generally a lot of sorrow and emotions, that flag just always seems to provide such comfort. And I think it's something that us in Maryland 8 are going to continue to try and provide. And I would strongly suggest, that that's something, if you haven't, I'm sure plenty of other chapters do similar things, but if not, those flags are amazing, and they're just a wonderful, worthwhile gift to pass on.
Yeah, The count for the Genesis Nursing Home, I believe, is 40 veterans. So we're going to divide and conquer. So if you'd like to come meet us here, it's at 200 Civic Avenue in Salisbury, Maryland. We're going to go in at around 2 o'clock. So if you'd like to meet us out in the parking lot, probably about 1:30 or so, get a little social time in, we're going to head in there and make those people very happy.
And on top of that, too, I'm quite certain that we will be setting up maybe a lunch or something ahead of time. It's just not planned just yet. So another
Check
reason
your
to
meetup.
keep an eye out on Meetup. So there we go. Some events coming up on Meetup between some of the chapters here in Delmarva. And if you have yourself an event or so that you want to have specifically highlighted, where you want an interview or something, just get up with us and we'll be able to do that. So I think we're coming up now to the next segment, and one of we're winding down here is our junior segment because they are working on something quite special.
Absolutely. Our junior members are fantastic. Special thanks to Butterfly. What an amazing young lady.
Yeah.
Last year we were presenting some blankets and awards at one of our meetings, and she was chatting with this World War II veteran here on the shore, and he had never seen the memorial in D.C. and it just sparked the drive in this young lady, and our junior members have raised enough money to charter a bus, and they are going to bring the veterans here on the shore to see the memorials, and that's going to be hopefully April 14th. It's not a meetup yet. We don't have an entirely set date, but kudos to our junior members. And if other chapters, you guys have junior members out there and they're doing fantastic things and you want to give them a thank you and send the word out to inspire other junior members,
just let us
please
know.
let us know.
But yeah, and so once again, back to the April 14th ride, that's going to be a charter bus. We're going to give these veterans a motorcycle escorted ride into D.C. to see their World War II memorial.
I believe it is police escorted right now officially up to D.C., and we're working on a police escort through D.C. as well to the memorial, so that's going to be great.
Yeah, now keep in mind that nothing is hammered out completely yet, so we're still working on that, but it does look like that's going to happen, so wonderful stuff. So that's basically it for now, and we want to just promote a couple other things. Keep an eye, if you shop on Amazon, make sure that you use Amazon Smiles and select Hogs and Heroes as the benefactor of your purchases, because many items that you purchase on Amazon.com, percentage will go to Hogs and Heroes. So it's a worthwhile way to just keep money flowing into our national. And
it's so easy. If you're already on Amazon, you just got to check it out, Amazon Smiles.
Yeah, and we're also going to have links to the national website here as well. And so pop on in there and have a look, and we'll see you on the next show. So thanks a lot, and we really do appreciate you tuning in here. And once again, we'll be happy your feedback, and we're going to we're going to evaluate how a lot of our segments went, maybe shrink them down. In some cases, we're going to be able to condense it because we spend a bit of time at the beginning of the show explaining what we're going to have. So we'll see how all that goes. So thanks a lot, and once again, this is Malinsky,
and I'm Lullaby, your host,
and this is Hogs and Heroes Mission Report.